Okay, so it's future Elfie popping in from the end of this vlog, but this is just to say that this vlog is a mess. I had a weird 3-day reading slump. I didn't do too much reading, but I will talk about why I uploaded this video anyway at the end of the vlog, so yeah, just a warning that this vlog is going to be really rubbish and just not the best vlog that I've ever made, but it's important to show these weeks as well, I feel, so yeah. I'll talk about that at the end of the vlog, but I hope you guys enjoy it anyway. Okay, it's Monday afternoon. I haven't vlogged yet today or read anything because I took my dog for a walk with my brother, and the idea was that we were just going to walk around the kind of fields around the village we live in, and I took what I thought was a shortcut and we got horribly, terribly, hopelessly lost, and we were gone for about an hour and a half, so that was great. Our mum actually had to come and pick us up because we got so lost we didn't actually know where we were, so I sent her my location on my phone and she came to get us because we were so lost. But yeah, didn't get anything read today so far, but I have some time now, so I'm trying to decide what I want to pick up next. I do have a stack of books in front of me that are kind of books I want to get to soon. So I have We Hunt the Flame and The Children of Blood and Bone, which are two very highly recommended books on Booktube that I have not read yet. So I have these two that I could possibly pick up. I also have The Rune of Kings, which is another arc that I need to get to, but honestly this book is so big, it's so intimidating and I really want to read it, but like I just don't know if I can cope with reading a book that's this big right now. I think I might need to just, this is like nearly 800 pages and I need something a little bit shorter right now. I do also have Strange the Dreamer, which is 500 pages, so it's not quite as long as Rune of Kings, but I do have this to read and I'm very intrigued by this. It's like so many people's favourite book that I really want to pick it up, but I feel like, I don't know, I'm waiting for the right time to read this and I don't know when that right time is, but I don't know, I'm very intrigued by this. And I also have Muse of Nightmares, so I could read both of these, but I don't know if I'm going to pick these up yet. I kind of want to save them for next month or maybe June, I don't know. These feel like a very summery read to me, but they also feel like a winter read, so I don't know when I'll pick these up. But that's not to say that I don't want to read them, because these are two books that I have wanted to read for years, like since I started Booktube pretty much. So yeah, and also to be fair, one of the reasons that I don't want to read this is at the minute is because I don't want to damage this copy. This is actually a signed first edition that I found in a charity shop, and it's got a couple of scuffs on it. It's a tiny bit damaged, but this book is so, I've been looking for this since I started Booktube, as I said, and I found this signed first edition in a charity shop, and I just don't want to damage it any more than it already is, if that makes sense. So I don't know, I might not pick this up yet, but I've got to pick something up to read. And I'm also really in the mood for manga, so I might borrow some manga from my brother and read those. But yeah, I just finished And I Darken by Kirsten White, and actually I've just realised I haven't signed off from that vlog, so I need to do that. But I finished this, really enjoyed it. I've ordered the second book, so I have that to read. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to read next. I need to pick something. Might pick up some manga, I don't know, but there's loads of books that I want to read. I just can't, like, I can't decide where to start, honestly. And part of me is really in the mood for fantasy. I mean, I'm always in the mood for fantasy, but I'm also not in the mood for a really long book right now. We'll see. I'll pick something and update you guys in a bit. But yeah, for now, don't really know. Also, I've just had some drama. So I just found out that there is actually a company or a charity perhaps called Ballet and Books, and I'm now thinking I should really change my branding, change my blog name and everything, because at the end of the day they might not be they're a company, they're a fairly big company, and I know they don't even know I exist probably, but I just don't feel comfortable having all of my branding exactly the same, because theirs is literally Ballet and Books, exactly the same as mine is, and I just don't feel comfortable with that. And I don't know, it just makes me feel a bit iffy about being online with my, I don't know, maybe nobody else would be bothered about it, but I am, so I think I'm gonna have a look at some possible channel names and blog names, and it's gonna take me absolutely ages. It's probably gonna take me all afternoon, possibly some of tomorrow as well, because I'm gonna have to change everything on my blog everything on my Instagram, my Twitter, my YouTube. Obviously I'm going to have to change all of my banners and profile pictures, and it's going to take me a really long time, so yeah, that's going to be a bit of an issue, but I'm going to try and get that sorted today, I think, and I'll try and get some reading in as well, but that's kind of my plan right now. I'm going to eat some cake as well, because I've been really into baking for the last, like, 6 months maybe, and I made a really good cake the other day, so I think I'm going to eat some of that and do some blogging and sort all that jazz out, and I will insert some clips of me trying to deal with this mess of a book world, but we'll see. Hi guys, so it's now Tuesday morning. Honestly, I haven't read that much. I started reading A Convenient Marriage, which is an arc that I had, and honestly I got about 35% of the way through and I was really enjoying it. I liked the characters, but there was a couple of things that just made me kind of uncomfortable, so I don't think I'm going to be continuing with that, but I'm trying to decide what to pick up instead, and I'm really struggling at the minute. And I think the thing is, like, I don't know, I really want to read. It's not that I don't want to read, I just can't decide what I'm in the mood to read, and honestly I'm really struggling. I have picked up a couple of books that I think might be a good option. I have Spellbook of the Lost and Found by Moira Fowley Doyle. I have already started this and I remember really enjoying it, so I feel like this would be a good option to try and read, because I know I quite enjoyed it and it's contemporary, so I feel like I might be able to get through it quite quickly. I also have A Single Stone by Meg McKinley. This is another one that I've had for a really long time and it's just kind of calling out to me. It's a middle grade, I believe, or it's like a younger YA if it isn't middle grade. And yeah, I don't know exactly why this is calling out to me. I don't know much about it other than the fact that the main character Jenna is a tunneler, and I believe something happens that makes her kind of question her beliefs in some way, I believe, but it's really calling out to me, so this is another option for something I could pick up. The only other thing that I'm really in the mood for is Sleeping Beauties by Stephen King, and this is huge. This is like nearly 700 pages and I'm really not in the mood for a long book, but the concept of this book is really calling to me, and I don't know, I kind of just want to read it. I don't know, I kind of really want to read this, so I don't know. The thing is, I have a couple of books coming in the post, and also I have this thing where I really don't like starting big books at the end of a month, because I did this with Priory the Orange Tree and I'd already read like 100 pages of it, and then I carried on and I finished reading it in April, so I wasn't sure whether it counted as my April reads or my March reads, so I don't know, it really bugs me when I don't just like start a book on the first of a month and finish a book on the last day of the month. I don't know, but I am really tempted to pick this up, so maybe I will do that. Maybe I will just bite the bullet and pick up a really big book. But yeah, I don't know, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet, but I don't know. As I said, today is Tuesday. I'm not quite sure who's taking the shopping to my grandparents tomorrow, so we might be doing that. Thursday, like, there's nothing planned at the end of the day. We're still in lockdown, so I haven't got anything planned. But yeah, I don't really know what else to tell you guys. As I said, I've been in a really weird reading mood where I've been really in the mood to read. Nothing I've been reading has been capturing my attention long enough to stick with it. Which really sucks, because it's not that I'm not enjoying the books. Like, I started reading Murder on the Orient Express and I really like the writing style, I really like Agatha Christie's work, but I just couldn't stay invested in it, and I don't know why. It's really weird. I don't understand what's happening with my brain right now, but who knows. I did try something a little bit different with my hair today, because obviously, as I said in the last few videos, I'm growing it out and I really like this. I think it's very grungy, very 90s, and it makes me happy, so I'm enjoying this hairstyle and I think I'm gonna try and recreate this again. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna read. I really don't know. This is the thing, I feel like I really want to be reading. I really want to be invested in a story, and I feel guilty if I don't continue with the books I've already picked up. Like, I feel bad for not reading Murder on the Orient Express because I was enjoying it. This is the thing that really bugs me, because it's not like I wasn't liking it, I wasn't enjoying it, I wasn't I didn't like the writing style. I really did. I enjoyed it. I like reading about Poirot. I like his character, and I'm intrigued. But honestly, I feel like I don't know what I'm in the mood for right now. And part of me really wants to pick up some really easy YA, like I have the rest of the Mortal Instruments series, and I could just pick that up and read that because they'll be easy to get through, and part of me thinks I should just do that. I also have the rest of the Heroes Olympus series, which I want to read, but I don't know what to do with my brain right now. I can't decide what to read. And it's like, a part of me is like, I should just take a break from reading for like a couple of hours and then come back to it, but I want to read. So I don't know. I'm actually going to wait to read this because I want to be able to tab it, and I don't have any tabs right now, so I'm not going to pick this up yet. I'm going to read this. I'm just going to go and try and read now and maybe edit some videos, but yeah. Hi guys, it's now Wednesday afternoon. I'm about to do some journaling in my book journal, book journal, is that what I call it? I don't know, book planner, whatever. But yeah, I've just filmed my May TBR, which is super cool. I'll just show you a quick sneak peek, although that video will be up by the time you see this vlog. But yeah, my brother actually picked my TBR for me for May, so that's really awesome. But I just wanted to pop in and say that I have just received my copy of In Shadows We Fall by Devin Madsen. This is a book that I ordered recently and I'm super excited to read. It is a novella and it is the prequel to the Vengeance trilogy, which I would quite like to read. So yeah, I picked this up. I was expecting it to be hardback. I thought I ordered the hardback, but apparently not. I don't know. But yeah, I really like this cover, so hopefully I'll get to that probably today or tomorrow. I have got some more audiobooks to read, so I'm super excited, but I'm going to be participating in the Asian Readathon this May. I am about to kind of go through and pick some books for that. So my brother did actually pick 2 different manga for me for my May TBR, so I can include these as 2 of my picks for the Asian Readathon, which is super cool. We have Skullface Bookseller Honda-san, which is super cool. This is obviously set in Japan. It's basically about a Japanese bookseller, and this seems really cool. He's definitely been telling me about this for a really long time. And then we also have Psychopaths Volume 1. So yeah, both of these are very intriguing to me and I'm very excited to read them, so these can be included. So I'm gonna plan out my reads for the Asian Readathon and kind of go through and make sure I'm fitting all the challenges. But for now, that is 2 that I want to include. I also have We Hunt the Flame, which I've been wanting to get to for a super long time, so hopefully I will be able to include this in my readathon also. So I'm gonna have a look, but some of my favourite authors are Asian, so I'm kind of hoping that I'll be able to include some rereads in this, but I also want to read some new books. So yeah, I'm really trying to make sure that my reading is more diverse this year, and I feel like I do try, and I always have tried to be quite a diverse reader, but I'm really trying to push that and make sure that I'm reading as diverse as I possibly can. So this feels like a really good option, and a good chance to do that. So an insect has bitten me and I'm trying to work out what it is. I think it's a spider because I've been looking at different like insect bites online, and a spider bite is what it looks most like, so that's kind of creepy. I thought if I got bit by a spider it would be like worse than this, but I don't know, I'm gonna figure that out. But I will catch up with you guys in a bit, and yeah. Hi guys, so it's now, what day is it, Friday, and yeah, I haven't updated this vlog a lot, to be honest, so far this week, and the reason for that is that I was in a reading slump for about 3 days. I'm really out of breath. I was in a reading slump for about 3 days, which really sucks. Obviously 3 days is not a long time to be in a reading slump, so I'm incredibly lucky that I managed to find my way out of it. But how I fought my way out of it was with a book that I have been saving for this precise reason, this exact moment, and that is I, Cosmo by Carly Sorosiak. This is a book that is told from the perspective of the family dog, Cosmo, and it basically tells the story of this family, and they're going through some really tough times, you know, things are not good for them, and it basically just tells the story of the relationship between Cosmo the dog and the little boy in the family, and it was just really sweet. There's a lot of, I don't know, there's parts of this that I really connected to, and honestly I love dogs, you guys know that, And yeah, I really enjoyed the story. I thought it was great to see a book for kids from the perspective of the family dog. I just thought it was such a cool concept and it was just really, really fun. So I really enjoyed this and it did the job that I needed it to do, and I'm really glad I saved it for this precise moment because it really helped. But yeah, there are a couple of tabs I put in here just for like different things that Cosmo the dog said, and it was just funny. There's a lot of different aspects to the story. There's a lot of dancing involved in this, and old school movies like Grease are a big part of the story, which I didn't realise was going to be a thing, but I really enjoyed that. I really like Grease, so I really enjoyed the fact that that was discussed in here. Also, yeah, the friendship aspect between Cosmo the dog and his owners, and also the family aspect. There's a lot of family issues and tension and just that sort of thing going on in here, but there's also the children's Uncle Reggie who was in the military, so that's a really interesting aspect, and I just thought this was a really good story and one that I'm really glad I finally read, and I will definitely be rereading this at some point because I really enjoyed it. But yeah, so that book finally like got me out of that 3-day reading slump, which I was really like struggling with, and it was I hate not reading, and even if I'm not reading for 3 days and it's only a reading slump that lasts a couple of days, it really gets to me. And yeah, reading this time will be different. This is my audiobook that I'm currently listening to, and yeah, this is one of my picks for the Asian Readathon, which is taking part this month. I will leave a couple of my favourite videos down below that discuss the Asian Readathon and also give recommendations. This was recommended by a couple of different booktubers, but I will leave those videos in the description box, as I said, so you can check those out. This readathon is taking part through the whole of May, so you still have more than enough time to join in if you'd like to. It's basically just promoting Asian authors, Asian main characters within literature and YA especially, and I just think it's a really great idea. A couple of different manga that my brother picked for me to read this month. I will leave the TBR somewhere so you guys can check that out, but yeah, I have these to read which I'm really looking forward to. I've mentioned a few times that I'm really looking to get into more manga, so if you guys have any recommendations, definitely please let me know in the comments because I'm always looking for new manga series to get into. I have the 3 other books that my brother picked for me. For May, Kingdom of Little Wounds by Susan Kokal, which I am very excited for. Yeah, this is just a very intense but apparently beautifully written high fantasy set in Scandinavia, so I'm very excited for this. I then also have a reread that he picked, which is Firebird by Elizabeth Wein. This is a historical fiction set in World War II in Russia, and it follows a female pilot, so I'm super excited for this to reread it because I really enjoyed it the first time. And then he also picked for me A Dog Named Beautiful, so super excited to read this too. I know this is going to be an emotional one and one that makes me cry, so that's the only reason I've been putting off reading this, but now I have to read it, so yeah. But another thing I wanted to quickly talk about was I got my page tabs in the post, so I wanted to quickly show you what I've got. These are from an eBay store, so I will leave that link in the description box if you want to check it out. I will do some close-ups hopefully so you can see them a little bit better, but I got 2 packs of these I Shall stick markers, and they're just these guys. Yeah, pretty patterns. These are the plasticky kind, so I got 2 of them. I then also got a selection of post-it notes because I thought if I want to actually write a note about the book, I can stick them on post-it notes in the book and I don't have to actually writing it. But I got 4. These were all random picks, so I didn't choose which ones I got, but they sent me them. So I got this little memo pad, which is a little cat, which is super cute. I really like this one. Then we have a little 4-leaf clover with a tiny little ladybird, which is also absolutely adorable. I really like that one too. And then we have this bear hiding in a donut, which is so cool. And then finally this apple core with a little squirrel in it. So they're super cute. There's quite a few of these post-it notes on here, so a selection of page tabs, which I mentioned in my last vlog I think. But then I got these little cat ones, so they just look like that. Then I got the same ones in the bird. This is like really bad, this lighting is awful. There we go. I got these bird ones, some little puppies have cakes on them. And I want to save for when I reread and get the physical copies of To All the Boys I Loved Before, like that series, because cakes and Lara Jean. But yeah, I then got these frog ones which have like way more on them than the rest of them, so I don't really know why, but the frog ones are really cute. And then also these tiny little bird ones. So those are all the picky tabs. Those are all the sticky tabs that I bought. They were really cheap off eBay, so very excited about these, and I finally have page tabs to use and they're super cute, so perfect. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go read some more of my audiobook. I've been doing quite a lot of digital art today, and I also had an email from my lecturer asking where my essay was, and basically I'm taking 2 classes at university, and I was under the impression that both of those classes, the final essays had been cancelled because of coronavirus, and we don't have to do any work, but I was under the impression we didn't have to do either of the essays for my classes. And one of my classes, the essays were cancelled, and the other one, they were not, and I didn't know, so I've had to kind of rush and kind of write my essay in about 2 hours, so that was great. But it's done, my assignment's done pretty much. I just have to write a tiny little bit for the summary of it, I guess you'd say, and yeah, that has to be done and I can send that off, and then I'm back to reading. So yeah, that's kind of all I had to update you guys on. As I said, I haven't updated much because I was in that 3-day reading slump and I didn't have anything much interesting to tell you, but yeah, this is where we're currently at. Yeah, but I think the plan is I'm going to try and read up to 50% of my audiobook today, and then I'm going to pick up probably a Firebird, or I'll pick up The Kingdom of Little Boons, and I'm not quite sure which yet, but I'll pick up one of them. I'm probably going to save this until I've kind of gotten over Cosmo, because this made me cry, and I'm not sure I want to read anything that's going to make me cry right now, so I think I'm going to save this for maybe next week, the week after, just whenever I'm ready to pick it up, because as I said, it's going to make me cry and it's going to be emotional, and I just feel like I need to prepare myself for it. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to go and get on with finishing my essay and doing some drawing and stuff, and I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. So I wasn't planning on uploading this vlog just because I was kind of in that like weird 3-day reading slump. I didn't do much reading, and this vlog has just been a mess. It's really unorganised and just a bit rubbish, but I've decided I'm going to upload it anyway, because the point is, when you are a reader, a booktube or whatever, there's a big pressure on you to always have constructive and really like productive reading weeks, and not every week goes to plan in that sense. So yeah, I wasn't going to upload this vlog because I just thought it was a bit rubbish, but honestly, weeks like this are just as important to document and kind of show people that, like, I always felt like if I didn't read a lot in a week, it just wasn't good. I don't know, I always felt like I was like letting myself down as a small booktuber. I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed this mess of a vlog. Hopefully this week's vlog will be a lot better, more interesting and more filled with books, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see future videos from me. Hopefully they will be better than this one, and you'll see me in the next one. Bye guys.